Hello, everybody. Um, since it's been almost 2 weeks since I put any kind of announcement up, I thought it'd be kind of nice of me to show my face, and um, do a video announcement. And I deeply apologize for disappearing in terms of making announcements. I try to make it a habit to check in a couple times a week and post reminders about due dates and things of that matter, and hopefully that's helpful. Students in past classes have indicated that they find that helpful, and I do apologize. It's been a really busy 2 weeks, and this time of year is always very busy as we come to midterm, especially because of the way my high school classes are structured. They're all half credit classes, so they're all coming to conclusion at midterm, and working on getting those closed down and getting new classes started, which begin tomorrow. I'm recording Sunday, March 8th, so some of you may see this later, but we'll begin tomorrow. But life's been really busy the last few weeks. The pastor where we attend church has been on a journey with pancreatic cancer since June, and that came to an end about a week and a half ago, and so we've just had a lot going on in regards to that. Our church is a very small church, so hit us all pretty personally, and had some duties and obligations related to that. So that is added to my load. But I know you guys are all busy too and have things going on in your lives, and we learn to adjust and to manage our time the best we can. But I do apologize for not communicating as much. So before I move on, happy International Women's Day. As I said, it's Sunday, March 8th as I speak, which is International Women's Day. I'm hoping to put a few things up maybe in a day or two in relation to that might connect to the class, along those lines. I'm going to try to be quick, and based on previous announcements, you guys are all probably unsure. Good news is you guys aren't in a seated class where I can really ramble. My students love to give me a hard time about that. I'm looking at my notes here and I can't read my writing. So the first thing is Module 7, the quiz for that. And there was just one assignment in that. I thought everybody needed a break at this point and maybe catch their breath and catch up. So there was just one required assignment. That was the quiz, and your final attempt on that was is due by the end of tonight. And then there's the extra credit assignment as well that you can turn in the document assignment. So if you haven't taken care of those, make sure that you get those knocked out. And we'll be going into Module 8 tomorrow. I got that posted. I posted that yesterday. Spent some time updating some links and making sure everything was up. If you run into problems, please let me know. One thing I'll note, I post embed videos from Vimeo, and a lot of those say not available on this page, refer you to the Vimeo page. If you just click at the bottom of the video, it'll automatically default or send you into a new tab with the Vimeo video popping up. So don't disregard those. Go ahead and play them and watch those when they pop up along the way. Not a technical guru, as I've said many times, so I'm not sure why that is, but just disregard those statements on the page. So going into Module 8 this week, and fair amount of stuff in this. This is we are moving into the revolution and creating the Constitution, and so some stuff that I have a particular interest in, and a lot of different perspectives on these things. Um, so a pretty critical part of this class that we're getting into right now. The only thing in way of assignments is the exam, both parts of the exam. Uh, Multiple choice part, like what you saw in the first one. This time there will be 28 questions and 2 points each, and I make it worth 50. Yes, I know that math adds up to 56. I build 6 extra credit points in once everybody's taken it. I go back, do a little adjusting, and it'll become worth 50. It's a Canvas thing. It's just easier to do that way for me. You can have 2 attempts. Your first attempt is due by the end of the day Thursday. And then your second attempt or final attempt is due by the end of the day Saturday, which is the 14th. So you do have 2 attempts, and I want to make sure everybody's aware of that. You can take 2 shots at these, and you can use resources. I caution you to be careful in that because you have 75 minutes, and it's easy when you're using resources to get bogged down and let time get away from you. So 2 attempts, 75 minutes, you can use resources. So just monitor your time. And then the second part of the exam is the essay document-based part. And this is the essay part of this is just like the first one. You'll have 2 sets of essays. Each set of essays will have 3 or 4 questions, and you will choose one of those questions to answer. So you'll be answering 2 essay questions. Now this is one reason why you don't have another assignment for this module. I've added a document based activity to this part of the exam, and that will be the norm for the remaining exams. You'll have a document-based type of question, very similar to the document activities that you've been doing in class. So that will also be on there. So just a heads up on that. This part of the exam, you have 1 attempt. Again, you can use resources, but again, be aware there is a time limit, so don't get too bogged down in that. And then the document exam is due the end of the day Saturday, which is March 14th. Then will be spring break. So you guys have a little time to catch your breath, refresh. It also means we're halfway through the class. I know for 16-week classes, this past Friday was midterm. For late starts, midterm is this Friday. So I will work really hard to catch up on grading, which is something else I'm behind on. Your midterm grades will have to be, I have to have those posted by, I believe, 10 o'clock the Monday that we return from spring break. Hopefully I'll have them posted sooner, but I will try to get everything caught up in regards to grading so that's as accurate as possible. I hope to even have all of the late work graded and included in that by that point. Reality is, when spring break rolls around, by the time I get everything else caught up, we'll see where my energy is and where my time is. I'll do the best I can, and I do want you to know if you've turned things in late, I have not graded that stuff, and my pattern is that I grade everything that's on time first, and then as time allows, I'll go back and grade the late work. It will get graded before the end of the course, though, so do not panic about that. May just take some time. So when we come back from break, we'll start Module 9, and I'll talk more about that later, but just a heads up that your annotated bibliography is one of the assignments. I'll talk more about that. Don't panic if you look at the module on the research paper. There's a link to some resources from the Purdue OWL site that give examples, and basically all an annotation is just a brief explanation of how the resource is useful to you. So it's really not doing a whole lot more than what you do in your bibliography, but this is a way for me to see that you are engaging with the sources. So just a heads up on that. So again, catching up with grading. Try to do a better job of staying in touch this week. Like to share something about International Women's Day. I've been doing a real good job at sharing about current events, which is something I like to do, and how those all tie together. Um, so I am really impressed with how well everybody's doing. The discussion boards in this class, uh, best discussion boards I've had since I've been teaching the last couple of years. Um, Everybody's giving some real thought and reflection. Um, it's not just jumping through the hoops work that I'm seeing, and I appreciate that. And that makes those discussion boards much more meaningful. Um, so, uh, again, on the document assignments, some real reflection and thought going into those. Um, I really enjoy the document assignments. I think they're very critical and really get into the heart of what history is about. So hope you guys are enjoying those. We'll have more of those the second half of the class. Um, but overall, the work has been great. I know you guys are busy, but everybody's sticking in there. Just a note, if you are inactive for 14 days straight, I have to do an automatic withdrawal. Unfortunately, I have to do that on a few people so far. I am willing to re-enroll people if that happens, if they indicate they want to. But I think online it's easy sometimes to kind of let it slip away from you because it's a little bit out of sight. But just be aware of that 14 days. I'm sure I'm leaving something out. I'm sure there's something I should have said. But that's all I have on my list. That's all I can think of. I appreciate your patience with me and not being maybe quite as diligent as I want. Try to get back if I have emails and things from you. And that's the best way to communicate to me. Shoot me a Canvas message or an email. I'll try to get back as quick as I can. So I guess that's it. I hope everybody has a great week ahead. And then I hope everybody has a great spring break and gets some downtime and relaxing. If you've gotten a little bit behind, that might be a time to catch up a little bit. And as I always say, and you guys may get sick of it, it may seem a little cliche, but I really mean it. If you have questions, if you need help, if there's something I can do, let me know. That's part of my job, a big part of my job. And I'll do whatever I can for you. So I'm going to wrap things up. And again, hope everybody has a great week. And stay in touch with me and keep up the great work that I'm seeing from everybody. Good evening.